let's just get real.
Yeah.
One of the things, and Kelly and I, admittedly, we do talk to each other. I'll admit that. And we said to each other something about this show, for everything good we want to say about it, felt mid.
Yeah.
That's our hot take for this episode, guys.
Like the headline. Definitely don't leave, because we're going to say a lot more.
I have a lot more to say.
But the overarching vibe is just midness, right? There were some highs, you could say. There were some lows, for sure. It wasn't all like straight down the middle of the pack, but I'm surprised by how little surprised me.
Yeah. So, and this is like, there's a million things to say. And one of the first things I will say is, this is obviously a show spectacular. I mean, they're walking down the right there in the middle of Paris. This is a spectacle, and we have to give props to Pharrell, because pulling stuff off like this is very challenging. And this is pulled off. This is a show. Nothing seems to have exploded. There are no imploding submarines here.
Right.
But
that was after they sent off the VIPs in the submarine down to the Titanic after the show.
Yeah. But I mean, we're watching some looks come down the runway. There is this like digital camo thing they did a lot of. It's like it's like the digital camo that the U.S. military came up with, but it's like oversized.
Let's take this piece by piece. Let's pause on the digital camo here, right? Let's start with that, because I think that was the first big thing, the first big thematic piece of the show, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to find like a close up here. Let's go.
It starts very green. This guy's wearing a ghillie suit.
Yeah. And oh man, this was maybe my least favorite part of the show, this pattern as a whole.
Yeah.
I think out of everything, this worked the least, both because I find it just aesthetically displeasing generally, this type of pattern, but also, and maybe this will start a deeper conversation about this more broadly, but the referential nature of it. Like, I think in the culture, you've got this stuff happening right now with the cartoonification of things, the video gamification, 8-bitification of all these different things. Like you've seen Jada Anderson do it with Loewe. You've seen
like Minecraft
Mischief do it, right? Yes.
Minecraft Mondays. Sorry. I cut you off. And like another thing I wanted to point out is like kind of some of the framing. A lot about the framing. For one, let's get real. This kind of event, this is meant to be seen in person. That is how you have the experience. And so much of the craft, the storytelling, the doing of this collection is seen there. And we weren't there. We didn't see the clothes. That is something that we should admit, because how critical can we be if we didn't experience the thing the way it was meant to be experienced? But for the digital version, they did begin the show with like a vignette of like a young guy and an old guy talking, and kind of the gist of it was it seems like they're talking about kind of creative pursuit. The element being like, they're saying like, if you really want something, go and get it. And I don't know. Obviously, that's meant to kind of be a reflection of the rest of the show. My guessing is maybe Pharrell kind of felt that way about like his trajectory in fashion or as a creator, and kind of the energy that he wanted to imbue this with. I know he said to the press that this show is all about big L, little O, big V, little E. That spells love. That's amore,
baby.
Philly
style.
They made the Philly cheesesteak of Louis Vuitton show. That's all great. I'm surprised he didn't do the happy song. But
okay, can we talk? I am almost ashamed to admit that song, the Joy song from this show, has been stuck in my head ever since the show. It just goes joy, joy, joy,
He's a
joy.
good music.
You know?
Hey, I'll be the first to say Pharrell's a good musician. He's a talented
Oh
artist.
yeah.
Um, is he a talented fashion designer? I mean,
So
it's like what does he actually do? A creative director at the end of the day is somebody who is orchestrating so much. They are in
mhm,
charge of a million trillion little minutiae. Can you look at this? Can you sign off on this? We're going to take a picture of this. What do you think about us using this material? We're going to make this in China. What's your thoughts?
yeah,
So, like, even Nikolai Gasquier, he's not like going down to like you won't find him early morning in the Louis Vuitton atelier, like cutting
right.
out some fabric. That's not really happening. But
Yeah.
does that influence what is made? Well, I don't know. I mean, I assume that he is playing a significant role in kind of influencing design, but I don't think
Yeah.
he's
So
totally.
that it's an interesting thing to bring up here because I got some pushback in the Discord. I was in your Discord, the Brave New Wear Discord, as it was happening, chatting
It's
with people.
it's dangerous there. It's
It's
toxic.
dangerous. You stay away. You've disowned them, but I've embraced them.
I
The
need to.
the freaks that they
I have
are.
a lot of problems. If there's somebody from my Discord watching, I have a lot of problems. I am trying to get over them, but I am a wounded man.
Right.
Okay, keep
Right.
going.
So we were watching the show together, and afterwards, I asked them. I was like, "Be honest. Where did you see Pharrell in the clothes, in the actual looks?"
Hmm.
Because to me, at many times, it felt more like a studio team show. Like you'll see this a lot in luxury fashion where between the big name creative directors, they'll have a season or two where it's the studio team. They're just like, we're putting our thing
Yeah,
out
yeah.
to keep the trains moving.
I mean, that's what what's his name? Alessandro essentially was at Gucci. They're like, we lost our creative director. You do it,
Right.
and turns out he did a great job. So
Yeah.
they just kept doing that. Um, you know what? Like here's a segue. Do
Mhm.
you have the doc open? I
Yeah.
have some links that I would
Yes.
love you to click on.
All right. One moment.
Is it? It's
Um,
Jamie. Jamie, pull that up.
Jamie, which one what are you looking for?
Go down. Scroll down. Wait, is this showing too much of how the sausage is made?
No, it's fine. We're good.
Okay. Well, I put 3 links there. Click on this is what Kim Jones left at. Let's look
Okay.
at this. And if you're not looking, if you're listening, you're missing
Oh
out,
god.
baby. Oh my God, Vogue.
What
Forget
was
it.
it? Look 21?
Yeah. All right. Vamping. Sorry, guys. So I'm just trying to pull up some stuff to tell you guys some things about my thoughts, and we're just trying to see the look from Louis Vuitton men's. There, the guy in the sweater, right there.
This guy?
Down. No, down,
There, got it.
there.
Got him.
Okay. This is what this was from the last show, what Kim Jones left with. Love it or hate it, there is a lot going on here. This is a look. This
Yeah.
is a lot of it is memorable and notable, very clearly focused on the accessories. Louis Vuitton and accessories, that's a big deal.
Like, that's a Louis Vuitton bag if I've ever seen one.
And it's not a never full. It's something
No?
interesting. And whatever he's holding, that looks like a sick accessory.
Right.
That's one of the points I wanted to make. I
Yeah.
wanted you then to click on the Virgil,
Here
but
we
I don't
go.
know. I don't know what we're gonna get because I'll
Uh-oh.
take them all from Vogue. I'm just logged into Vogue. I don't know what to tell you.
No.
But you know what? It's basically the first Virgil show, and this is my point. He had a lot of standout pieces that people like really remembered, that people gravitated towards,
Right.
and this chest rig thing is one of them. This is that collection was not to be forgotten.
No.
And I had another shot with the iridescent bags. Like
Oh,
I
yeah.
think that it was really, either his handlers or himself, they really were smart in trying something truly bold with Louis Vuitton accessories,
Yeah.
because that's where all of the money is made. All
Yep.
of the money will be made here. And the fact that Virgil was able to bring something that was like that pop culture that reads really well on social media, that was smart.
Yeah.
I gotta say,
Yeah.
I did not see a lot of like really standout things from the show. That's
Can
the
I
thing. That's my point.
I have a bit for you here, okay? I have a whole bit, and I've got to find one of the looks that has what I'm thinking of here. There were these kind of like bucket backpack type. Oh, these. Okay, I think it's this.
Enhance.
Uh,
Oh yeah, but I saw it. I saw it for a
yeah,
second.
yeah. So this kind of thing, it's interesting because I, not too long, maybe like 2 years ago, was in the market for something just like this.
Yeah,
Okay. And I was looking at Louis Vuitton. I was looking at like Gucci. I was looking at all the big names that make things, leather accessories like this, trying to figure out what I was
sure.
going to get. Right. And the market was flooded. So obviously I was buying resale with plain luxury backpacks like this, like black or brown leather, Louis Vuitton, Gucci backpacks, whatever. They were always the cheapest out of any of those brands' backpacks. Uh,
Yeah,
there were hundreds of them sitting on all these resale sites.
yeah.
And obviously, I did not buy one of those ones. I bought a more ostentatious branded one.
Dang!
And that's
He
the
showed us a
thing.
very vibrant Gucci bag.
Yes, one of the psychedelic monogram bag. And that's what's weird about this is that actually a lot of these accessories reminded me of the epi, right? That's what they call it.
Yeah, yeah.
Epi stuff that they make, which is sometimes nice, but at least at resale, consistently the absolute rock bottom, cheapest, most accessible, least
Yeah.
coveted type of accessories that they've ever made, I would say.
Yeah, and you know what? I actually have never put two and two together, but you know, they keep in mind like the classic dummy is
Mhm.
usually canvas. So
Yes.
the epi leather is cheaper than the canvas.
Yes.
I think like if I'm just gonna be real with you guys, I think the show was made in part because there wasn't enough pieces that made me go, "Whoa, this is
Right.
so different."
Right.
Like Kim Jones did some crazy stuff. Virgil freaked it. Like those
Yeah.
last shows that he did, it was like,
Oh, the like companion show that was in like
I'm thinking
Shanghai
of
or
like
whatever.
there were like some looks that were like so iridescent that it would
Yeah.
hurt to look at them. But that's
Right.
that's a
Right.
massive swing, and that's still a huge thing. This one,
Yeah.
obviously, you know, it's cool to have clothes that are wearable. You
It's
don't
very
have to be
wearable.
ostentatious,
Yep.
but I don't know because like I was also reading the Vogue review. It wasn't
Mhm.
Sarah Mower, it was the other guy that writes all their reviews for Runway. And they said something like
Tim
these
Blank?
the accessories are killing it. And it's like I don't think so. These
Right.
are run of the mill.